Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I know it's been a minute since we've done any kind of projects, and so I figured we'd do that today. So what I've got here for us is this really cool table. It's an older style table, a little bit dated, and so we're gonna do something new. We've had it for a minute, and it's a really cool piece. It's got 6 chairs, and we're gonna paint the chairs, and we're going to essentially recover the seats on those too. We don't have the fabric yet for them, but we will get that, and I'll bring you along when we recover the seats, just like we did on our pub table that we did. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a two-tone vibe on this. One of the things that I have for that is in mind is I'm thinking about doing kind of a grayish color on the top and white on the bottom of the part of the table and white for the chairs. So the paint that we're going to use is a paint that we actually carry here at the store. It's a really good quality paint. The thing I don't know if you guys know this about me. I might have mentioned it once or twice, but I hate painting. I'm not a painter. I don't like it, but it's part of our business. It's what we do, and so that's what we're going to do. I've got this paint line that we carry called Annie Sloan chalk paint. Stuff is amazing, okay, because you can paint your piece and it usually dries in about 20 minutes or so. So it's a really good paint that's easy to use, that dries quickly. And so really the best part about using this paint, there's no real prep work. Okay, you notice it's still got a little bit of a shiny finish. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but you don't have to sand it down, scuff it up, or any of that stuff that you might have to do with regular latex paints that you might get at the box stores. This stuff, you get it, you get it out, you paint it on, and you're done. I mean, well, you're not done. There's a finishing coat we wax, but you know what I'm saying. There's not like all these steps that you have to do to get ready to paint. I just put this piece up here, and I'm gonna paint it. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It's super easy to do. So, but let's check out why we're actually doing this. Okay, you might ask, why would you paint a perfectly good table? Well, 2 reasons. One is the table is dated. Okay, a golden oak isn't really what's in style right now, and so we want to try to keep up with the fashions and trends that are going on, and golden oak tables really aren't it. And 2, this table has kind of seen better days. So hang on, let me show you. I'll flip you around here. Okay, so if you look at this table, you know, it's got these wear marks where the finish is coming off. Like you look over here and over there. You know, it's got some age. It's showing its age. So yeah, so that's one of the things, you know, it's showing its age. It's been around for a bit, but it's not done. We can repurpose the table, get it looking nice again, and get it to a family or someone that's gonna love it. Okay, and that's what we love to do. We like to take pieces that otherwise don't have a lot of value in their current condition, repurpose them, redo them, get them out, and sell them to somebody who's going to take it home and love it for another 20 years possibly. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So the product we're going to start with, I'm going to use the Annie Sloan chalk paint, the French linen color. That's what I'm going to do the top in. Okay, the bottom, if you look here on the bottom edge, let me see if I can bring it down and show you. This bottom edge down here, and the legs and the chairs, I'm going to do in some kind of white. We have several different versions of white. I haven't decided if I want to go with like a really bright pure white or an older white. We have an old white. We have cream. We've got all kinds of different options. Cream is very yellow, so I don't know that I really want to go that way. But that's one of the things I'll talk to my wife about, and we'll kind of confer over it. But this I'm going to do a little bit different too. I'm not going to do a full-on just paint it solid. I'm going to do what we call a dry brush technique. And I'll show you the brush I'm going to use. We've got these brushes with these round tips, round heads. They make really good brushes for doing what we're gonna do. And really, dry brushing is really what it sounds like. You basically, you dip a little bit of paint on the brush and then you brush it until the paint wears off, and then you just keep doing that all the way across the table until you get a finish. You're not looking for it to be a perfect solid color, okay? You're looking for the brush strokes in it. It's really a cool finish if you do it right. If you don't, if you take your time, you don't want it to be like super awful and see a lot of bleed through, but you want it to look, covered, but you're looking for that unfinished look, okay? So we're gonna jump in, we're gonna start doing that, and let's get started. I think it's gonna be a good time. So I'll put you guys on, I'll speed this up so it doesn't take as long, and we'll go from there. All right, hang tight, guys. Stopped to kind of wanted to finish this up, and I wanted to show you guys how I do it. So what I'm going to do is actually film doing this last little bit here. So let's flip you around and see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to just take my paintbrush here and I'm going to put a little bit of paint on it, right? And this didn't take me very long at all, guys. So it's literally just going back and forth rather quickly and working all that paint out of that brush. Now when I get to the edge, I want to make sure I'm staying with the grain. I don't know if you noticed, I painted this edge like this, and then, but when I went back like this because I wanted to keep the tabletop all going the same direction. That is the one thing I try to make sure I do, is that I don't want to go in, multiple different directions. I want to keep the brush strokes the same. So same direction in a dry brush anyway is important, okay, because you're trying to get that look, that brush strokey look in the paint. Okay, I don't know if brush strokey is a professional term there. I'm fairly sure it's not, but that's okay. So I'm going to put this paint down here on the floor real quick because I'm running out of tabletop. Got a little bit of paint, and then just work it all out. I want to try to make sure I got good coverage everywhere, but I also, like I said, I'm just, on a normal paint job, you would, make sure everything's good and thick, and you'd work to where you're not getting any paint. You want to try to work out the brush strokes and the brush lines and everything like that. But in this, that's the effect we're going for. All right, let me get this last edge. And then we'll kind of give it a look over and see if there's any touch-up spots that we want to get. See, I'm okay with, you can still see a little bit of that golden oak kind of going through it, and that's fine. See, so I got some wet spots a little bit, so I'm going to work out them wet spots. Okay. But guys, this down here is probably pretty close to dry. I mean, I got a little bit of wet that I can play with here to get it kind of work them out. But really, all in all, and see, it's kind of got this really cool, funky finish, right? And it's actually really cool, and it looks awesome when it's all said and done. All right, hold on a second. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this tabletop. I might have Lynn look it over, kind of look, see if we want to address anything. I got some little wax stuff in there. I'll have to get that off there. But now, it being a tabletop, what we will probably do is clear coat this with a lacquer. And the reason for that is because it's a tabletop and it's going to see dishes and it's going to see kids doing homework on or whatever, all the rambunctious family life things that happen in a home. So we want to make sure that there's a protectant on the top of the table so we're not scratching it up. With a wax, it's probably not going to hold up to that. So that's why we put a lacquer generally on tabletops. But the bottom edge and the chairs, we wax those, and we'll go over that when we get to those. This is just part one. We're going to do this part. I'm not going to do the bottom edge of the table yet because I haven't decided fully what color paint I want to go with. But that's a dry brush finish on a tabletop, and it probably took me 15-20 minutes tops to get it done. And that's a full-size table, guys. It's with a leaf in it. It's really not that difficult. I didn't do any prep work. I just brought it out. I kind of dusted it off. The leaf was very dusty. Dusted it off, got the paint out, and went to town and got it done. So I'm gonna go wash out my brush, and we'll catch you on the next part of this. But it's gonna be awesome when it's all said and done. So can't wait to get it finished. I can't wait to bring you guys along. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our video. For some reason my bell icon isn't working. I haven't yet figured out why I can't get my bell icon to kick on. I wish I could, but please follow along. Drop a comment down below. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Feedback's always a good thing. So yeah, let's hear from you guys. Thanks for following along.